Afternoon, we have a Cindra game. Pretty much set up for Cindra now. Round into her, I think. Testing a few, do you think the latest update is basically slotting Crown in? I've been wanting to do it for ages, but I don't actually own one in real life, and I'm about to buy one, so kind of where we are with that. They get to filter their hand with this attack, but I think it's worth it for me because I get to some stuff in the bin, basically. I care about having 2 cards in the bin more than I care about them having a slightly better hand. Bit of Arsenal the tilling rather than waning mooning them because that waning moon because I only played the thingy half, didn't I? Didn't do the action. Doesn't matter anyway, but I could have played this on both halves and had the moon option, which is what I technically should have done. That is the better play, but it's much of a muchness because I wasn't gonna. His first turn should be quite gentle from them, I would think. Decide how I want to deal with this stuff. Being marked is annoying, but I don't care that much. I think we just let that through. When I say let it through, we've got the fruits, right? Keeping this CNC is pretty nice, basically. I should have kept the scour rather than the ring of roses on that first block, by the way, as well. That was a mistake in the blocking, but I was trying to keep my options open because if I was forced down to 1 card, I was thinking I might want to play the ring, but not really true. This time, yeah. I'm willing to give them one of the back skin charges to not give them a card, and then I've got the ring to play, which was kind of that sort of initial backup plan idea. I would have been better keeping the scour because I'd be able to just go straight into this for 6, and that's actually quite a nice swing, I think. So I'd call that a big fuck up on my part. Going to defend myself with the fact that I'm still not 100% well. I'm most of the way there, but I'm not 100% of the way there, and I can feel it. Really want this. Not a problem. I'd love to block that flick knives there. I'd rather sling something aggressive. I've got an amount of armor left to obviously deflect step 3 of this chain. Annoying amount of stuff, to be honest. I wish I had a 3 block. I could definitely say that. These have been some bad hands, I would say. Overall, not what I wanted. And forward momentum from that tilling, at least. They're in a very good position here, to be honest. Though they've got the life lead, and I've got, I've not got an arsenal. Got a mental block at least. That's nice, but I think basically that ring turn, which was like turn 1, was definitely a mistake, and I think it's definitely cost me some hit points, which isn't good. It will earn me some value back as we go, but it's going to be a while. That's the big issue. Relatively happy with that there. Took 1 damage was it this turn. Got a Ponder token in. Lovely. Card hand, that gets interesting. See if we can bait the flick knives. Interesting. Because you see, you can't react and do the shelter now because he can react with a flick and get past it. I've got 2 4-block E-Rex though as well, so it's not the end of the world. He can squeeze 1 through here, and I'm not at all fussed. I can break his chain upon the next one if need be. Oh, yeah, we do now. Happy to take the value on that. A hard call from here basically is like whether or not you use the shelter for the 3 ones or whether or not you just try and stop the next thing that comes in. Because the next thing that comes in could very well be another 4, and that's very blockable. And you do get more value from that. But at the same time, there's a whole lot of things that can go wrong. I think I'd rather potentially take the extra 1 off the back of that than him have a 5 in hand and force a problem, or if he's got any of the sort of flick knife attacks. I can't remember the names of them all, but if he comes in with any of those, it becomes a problem. And I think where I am here, I'm in a good place. I've got a felling for my turn. He's chewing his way into these shelters. Blocks. I don't really care very much. Taking 1 extra to kind of guarantee he bounces is kind of what I want. And then I get to felling him, so that's nice. I think we're going to put the shelter here. I don't care about being flick knifed at this point, I don't think. I care more about stopping the actual 4 damage. I don't think whatever his next attack is will force anything through. In for 5, it does not have go again. So a card he draws does nothing, right? I suppose he could give it go again, but what's the awkward spot? I could double block it and arsenal this. I think that's what we'll go with. Take this. I'm doing the mental block. I don't understand what you're trying to undo here, mate. I mean, I'll allow it if you want. Asking. The thing is, like, if they want to not do that because they've seen a mental block, that's not happening. But, like, if we've got a good reason, I'm happy to let them. You have to restart turn if you're going to want to do that, but I don't get why they want to. Like, I know why they're stuck, but I'm not. Not talking to me either, which is not great. I'm just going to put this back on the thing and just try and continue. It's like they can have the flick knife. You know, they can hit me with that, but they don't get the throw dagger card. That's what I care about. You know, confused. They're not communicating. Not a very good use of crown, but it'll do. I'm happy to keep this because this is like a fully playable bit. Yeah, cool. Gets a card. All these +1s. They're very ahead here, unfortunately, as well. But I haven't found my decompose to get to 8, which I'd really have liked, because that would have been some good ping and life gain. This so far has created 0 value for anyone counting. Good card. What's in here? At least 4, so we're fine. This match is good. One of the best cards in the game, in my opinion, and actually one I think should be banned. Not specifically for this reason. It's normally any time aggro deck's too good, Snatch is always at the end of every chain. I mean, he just got 4-3 damage out of it there, which is it's pretty big. You know, it's not the end of the world for me, but it's gonna make winning very difficult. Beyond this Ring of Roses play that's been costing me all game. I'm going to struggle to get enough value into finish him, I think, because he's ahead. Like, I've got to survive the next turn, chip him down to a kill, and then get a Stormstrider's finish, and I don't think I'm getting that. C and C would be really good here, but I just don't think I'm going to get much. I'm going to play this turn out of this. We're getting an embodiment. We've got 2/4 blocks. We can arsenal the C and C, and then we can work on getting it played next turn. And then he beats me up. Ooh, he gets a hit as well. Didn't go. This is probably an attack as well. Yeah, I mean, this is game. This is game. Indeed. He just came in far too hot there, unfortunately. Actually, quite a good demonstration of what I mean about Snatch. He got 2 snatches in their end of chain. They both give him like a 6-card hand. 6-card hand absolutely win the game. Absolutely nothing I could do to pull out of that nosedive there, unfortunately. As I say, I screwed up with this Ring of Roses at the start. I think I may have maybe been able to pull it, but I was trailing a bit. And as I say, 2 snatch turns is too many. Is what it is. It's a fairly good game, and like Cindra's very winnable, but Cindra is absolutely top of meta. Just behind Gravy, maybe behind Arachne, but 3rd place is pretty fucking high. Yeah. Is what it is. It's especially how this build works. I'm not massively in love with the Waning Moon build, but they are the stronger ones at the moment. I prefer the build I used to play, but they decided that they had to print compliance, and compliance really, really fucks you if people decide that they're going to put a couple on the board, and that really, really warps how you can play Verdance, which I think is a shame. But, it is what it is. I'll see you in the next one.